really doesn't change. All right, so this is Harvey Watkins. It's in my heart. The song is in the key of C. We will go over the scale and the number system, and then we will get started. All right, so it's in my heart, Harvey Watkins, the way I'm choosing to play it, because it may not be note for note, chord for chord, but I'll give you what I got. So the scale and the number system for the key of C, you start off at C, and C is the 1. D is the 2. E is the 3. F is the 4. G is the 5. A is the 6. B is the 7. And then you're back at the 1. So the intro to the song, like I said, it may not be chord for chord, note for note, but from what I'm hearing on the intro of the song, it does a 6, 5, 4, 3 progression. That's 6, 5, 4, 3. The 6 being A, the 5 being G, the 4 being F, and then goes to the 3, E. And you can do something like this. Oh, sorry. All right, so they do a little sprinkle down, but all in all, in the right hand, you have some type of a G major in first inversion. So remember, G major in first and root position would be G, B, and D, right? That's G, B, and D. That's a G major in first inversion. I'm talking about the right hand, not the left, because I know with the left hand, it actually makes it an A minor. But G, B, and D. But instead of playing it in root position like this, I'm going to play it in first inversion. So you got B, D, and G. All right. Now with that, I'm adding the C in there. Voiced it like that. So I'm actually sprinkling it down, and when you play it over the G, over the A, sorry, because you're on the 6, this is what it's going to sound like. So the sprinkle down thing that I'm doing, because remember, this is the chord that I'm hitting, am I right? B, C, D, and G. You can even add this E in there if you want it to sound real full. But what you're going to do is you're going to roll this chord down. So you got G, E, D, C, B. Like that. Da, 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 da. But then when you hit this B, that's when you would hit the chord. And this is going to be over the 6 in your left hand, which is A, E, and G. Sounds real clustered. But you don't stay on there for long. Now, if you want to make this a little bit easier, you can just, instead of doing the roll down, that da, 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 you can just go straight to this chord, which in my left hand I have A, E, and G. Right hand, B, D, G. If you want to make this easier, take out the E and the G in your left hand and just play an A minor chord, which is A, B, or A minor with the added 9. A, B, D, G. That's what you're playing, if you want. All right? So if you want to play it the original way. But from there, when you play this, you're actually going to keep this melody going. It's going like that. So from the 6. Keep the melody going. It's B, C, E, G. sorry, B, C, D, G. You got the roll down, C, D, G. Once again, that's B, C, D, G. So after you do that roll down and the melody walk up going to the G, you want to go to some type of a G major chord. So the first one that we did was the A minor chord. And you can do either one of those, going from the switch this E to the D. This is the one I showed you, or you can go here if you want. They both work. Or like I said, hit it all. But from there, you're going to a G major chord. So in my left hand, I have G, which is the fifth tone of the scale. See, you got G and D if you want to add that in there, or take the D out. In my right hand, I have some type of a G major chord. So the way I voiced it this time was G, A, with my thumb, hitting two notes right there, B, D, G. Ooh, sorry. Right there, just like that. Or, like I said, you can just play a A minor, but not like that, with the G major, and this is simplifying it. These two chords, the first two chords of the intro. A in the left hand with the B, D, and G to a G major, so G, B, D, or you can just, sorry, stay right there. The first chord that you did over the A, you can do the same chord over the G. So you got all right. So 6 to the 5, and I hear something like da, 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 da. Something like that. So what I do is, I showed you this chord already. Remember, the next place that we're going is the 4. So what I do is G, C, A, right? You go G, C, A as a melody. And then you go to this F in your left hand over the C. So you got F and C in your left hand. And then in the right hand, I have basically a C major chord in second inversion, which is G, C, E. Bear with me, because I'll go back and make sure you have this. F, C in the left hand, or just F. Take the C out if you want. So you can do F and C, or you can just do F. And then in the right hand, G, C, E. From the top. I keep on going to that, sorry. After you hit this C major chord in first inversion, well, first of all, as you notice, I am doing a grace note. So before I hit this G, C, E chord over the 4, which is F, before I hit that chord, I'm actually doing a grace note over the D. What that means is you're going to hit the D right before you hit this C major chord in your right hand. G, C, E. Right before you hit that, you're going to hit D. It's real quick, right before you hit it, like that. So after you grace note off of the D, and you hit the C major chord on your right, you're actually going to go right back to the D as a melody note. So you grace note off of the D first, and then you hit the D again as a melody note, just like that. Da, 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 that part. Like that. So from the top. more time. Sorry. I'll do it one more time since I messed up. Messed up again, but hopefully you get the point of what I'm trying to do there. Now, to simplify it, to go back to the simplified chords, you can do the A in your left hand with the B, D, G, and then hit the G. Same chord. You got G, B, D, G in your right. And then you can go to this G in the 4, over the 4. You got G, C, E. Okay, those are the simplified chords. So you got, you can start off with that if you want. Or you can literally just go right into the song and I'll show you that. But you got, for the intro, instead of doing the instead of doing that, you can just go something like that. And notice how I'm just kind of arpeggiating the chord to give it a little bit more flavor. Still just pressing B, D, G, but I'm just arpeggiating it a little bit. And then I switched it to the C major chord in my right hand. So what would this actually be? F suspended 7, F major 7, S suspended major 7 maybe? I don't know what it's called, but now when you get to the 3, because remember we just went from the 6, that was the 6, that was the 5, that was the 4. Now we're on this 3 chord. Okay? Now when you get to the 3 chord, if you want to play it like this, you can. You got E in the left, B and E. That's E, B, E in the left, or just E, which is the 3rd tone. In the right hand, you can have A flat, C, D, and G. And I hear them kind of like arpeggiate and do like some like arpeggios up the piano, but I'm gonna just do it like this, just to make it easy. Well, I'm just kind of, in my left hand, just kind of arpeggiating the E, B, E. And I'm taking that chord that I showed you, the A flat, C, D, and G, and just kind of playing it at different parts of the register, and also just arpeggiating it. Like that. So I'm arpeggiating kind of like everything with that same chord that I showed you. So that's something, if you're a beginner, you'll have to kind of work on that. Now, another way that you can play this, if this 3 chord is too hard, like I said, you can just play it with the E, A flat, C, D, G. If that's too hard, you can play this E dominant chord if you want. You can play this. So you have E in your left hand you have E, which is the 3rd tone. And then in your right hand you can have E, A flat, B, and D. That can work too. If you want to voice it like this, you can. If you want to voice it like this, you can, but I wouldn't. And then if you want to voice it like that, you can, but I wouldn't. I would either do this one or this one, which is having the E on the bottom, E, A flat, B, D, or having this E on the top, A flat, B, D, E. If you're gonna choose the dominant chord, that's what I would choose if I were you. All right, but that's the intro to the song. So if you want to do it with the basic chords, you got, well, they're all basic, but right, or okay, that's the the intro. Now, getting into the song. The song goes, when you hear that progression, it's boom, 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 boom. What that is 6, 5, and then, so 6, 5, 4, 6, 1, 3. 2, 3, 2, 1, 6. So again, that's 6 in your left hand. This is the bass run. You got that 6, 5, 4, 6, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 6. By the letters, it's A, G, F, A, C, E. Remember, you're kind of outlining face. F, A, C, E. Right? So that's 6. Sorry, A, G, F, A, C, E, D, E, D, C, A. That's D, E, D, C, A. That's the ending part of that. So you got bo, 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 bo. Now notice when I outline the F, A, C, E, F, A, C, I'm grace noting off of this D in order to give it a little bit more flavor. You don't have to do that, but you can. So right before you hit this E, you hit the D. You grace note off of the D. All right? F, A, C, E. And then you do that. Da, 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 da. So all in all, you got 6, 5, 4, 6, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 6. Like that. Sorry. Okay? So over the 6, you can play this A minor chord. You got A and E in the left if you want, or just A. But A and E, right hand, G, C, E. Basically, you're going to play some type of a C major chord over the A. So in your right hand, you can look at it as just playing whatever type of C major chord you want. So you can do, remember, a C major chord is C, E, G, right? And so in the key of C, if you were looking at the C major chord, it would be the 1, the 3, and the 5. If you wanted to add the 9, 1, 3, 5, 9. If you wanted to add the 7, you would be adding the B. But most of the time, if somebody plays a 9 chord, they're not going to play this D way up here. They're going to play it down here. So instead of this pinky that I'm playing right there, you're actually going to play it down here. So you got, which would be your C major 7 with the add 9. So you can play that over the A if you want. But this doesn't have anything to do with the melody. So I wouldn't play that 7 there. If anything, I would play it down here. You know, you can play it like that if you want. You can omit the 7 altogether and just play C, D, E, G. You can omit this 9 and play the 7. Play something like that. So A and G, B, C, E, G. You know, you can play this. So in my left hand, I would have the 6, and in my right hand, I would have G, C, D, G. I said, you can just play a regular C major chord and you're right. So I'm just showing you different options of things that you can play over the 6. All I'm looking at is like, what kind of C major chords do I know? Well, I know the root position. I know the C major 7. I know C major add 9. You can even, I wouldn't play that, but you can play a 5 chord, like a G major chord over the A2. I wouldn't do that, but C major chord over the A, over the 6. From there, you're gonna go down to the G, and you're gonna play some type of a G major chord. So on my left, I got G, and my right, I got, let's see. So I like to voice it like this, which is G, A, B, D. So I have this G major add 9. So first it was like a C major add 9. And now it's a G major add 9. And remember, the reason why I'm saying that it's a 9 is because I'm looking at it like it's in the key of G or it's in the key of C, because we are in the key of C. And when I'm talking about the 9, I'm extending the scale, because remember the C scale was C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? That was the scale, where 1 was C, 2 was D, E was the 3, F was the 4, G was the 5, A was the 6, B was the 7. Now if you keep going, instead of calling this the 1, you call it the 8. C is the 8. D would be the 9, right? E would be the 10, F would be the 11, G would be the 12, 6 would be the 13, and that's usually where we would stop. So because the D is the 9, and we're gonna play this C major chord and then add the D, then that's called adding the 9, because you're literally adding the 9th tone of the scale. That's what that's talking about. So if I say a C major add 9, you do a C major, and then you add the 9. Same thing with G. A G major, add the 9. Remember, G major, G is the 1, A is the 2, B is the 3, C is the 4, D is the 5, E is the 6, F sharp is the 7, and then you're back at the G. So, and then if the F sharp was the 7 and G was 8, then you would call this A 9, right? And then the B would be the 10, C would be 11, D would be 12, and then the 6, or the 13, would be the same as the 6, which is E. So when you want to do a G major add 9, you do G major, and then you add the 9th tone of the scale. But instead of adding it way up here, we add it down here. The 9th tone of the G major scale is A, so we add it down here. There you have your G major 9. Okay? So all that to say this, those are the type of chords that you can play over the 6. You can play, you got A as your bass, and then the right hand, I'm looking at it like a C major add 9. And then over the 5, which is G, you can play a G major add 9. G, A, B, D. Now we go to the 4, you can do the same exact thing. Over the 4, play a F major add 9. F, G, A, C over F. So you got literally C major add 9 over the A. Then you got G major add 9 over the G. Then you got F major add 9 over the F. Okay? You can literally play it like that if you want. I just change the inversion a lot of the time. So I may go, I'm playing this C major, instead of playing it in root position like this, I may play it like that. G, C, D, and E over the A, over the 6. And then from there, since I'm already there, my thumb is already on G major because I start with the G, C, D, E. Now I can just switch it over to a G major add 9. G, A, B, D. That's over the 4, go 5. Remember that walk that we're doing? We're going 6, and we did that C major. Then we're going 5 with the G major, and then boom, 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 da 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 da. Right? So over there, you can just hold down that chord if you want over the 4. So you got 6, 5. I already showed you these, and then the walk once you get to the 4. Remember that walk was F, A, C, E, and we grace note off the E. D, E, D, C, A. And then you start it over. 6, 5, 4 with the walk. Do it again. 6, 5, walk. If you want to make it easier, don't grace note off of that D. Sorry. Just go. If you want to make it even easier, instead of going da 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 da, D, E, D, C, A, just stay at the E. You can do that too. So, I don't know what's waiting on me in the future. Here's with the basic chords, just a root position, no add 9. Don't add the 9 if you want to make it easier. Do what's waiting on me in the future. I just don't know. You can stay at the 4. I don't know what I'll be doing. Sorry about that. 10 years from now. I just don't know. Right? You can do it like that if you want. Another thing that you can do if you want to spice it up a little bit, when you get to that 4, you got the 6, 5, 4. When you get to this 3, you can play that type of chord that we showed you in the intro. Right here, that chord. Remember we did the intro and we did this chord right here? Or showed you all of those over the 3. I showed you the dominant and then the short 5, short 9 chord. So you got sorry, do it again. Or you can just go. So how we do that? So like that. Bum, bum, bum. That way it kind of sticks with the melody too. So you got, I don't know what's waiting on me. Here I got E in the left, A flat, C, D, and E. If you want to make it sound a little bit more full, you know. So A, G, F. Do the walk down. Now there's a passing chord that you can do if you want. When you're going from the 6, 5, flat 5, 5, or 4, sorry. That's the 6, 5, boom, 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 da, 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 da. Right there. or passing chord going from the flat 5 to the 4. So remember, the target is 6, 5 to the 4. But if you want, you can go 6, 5, flat 5, 4. You can even go 6, 5, 1, 4 and do a circular progression. So you got 6, 5, 1, 4. If you want. So if you want that, you can do 6, like I showed you, A and E in the left hand, G, C, E in the right. Get to the 5. Let's see. Now, if you want, this ain't in the song. It's not in the song, guys. I'm just giving you something. You can do like this over the 5. So you got G, B, and G in your left, or just G, or just G and D. Either way, you're going to be over the 5, and you're going to play a B flat major chord in your left and your right hand. That's G in the left, B flat, D, and F in the right. A B flat major chord. You can even. So you got, I don't know what's waiting on me. Right? Still works. Just changing it a little bit. So. Whatever B flat major chord that you choose to play, either in the second inversion or root position or first inversion, you can do that. When you get to the 1, you can go, because you got that normal up. You can do, let's see. So when you play this B flat major chord over the 5, you can just drop the E if you want, if you played it in second inversion, or you can, if you played it in root position where you got B flat, D, and G, you can just go to this from the F, drop it to E, and go to the 1, which is C, if you want, and then to the 4. You're going 5, 1, 4. You can also go, let's see. So you got the B flat major chord over the 5, whatever inversion you choose to play it. Right now I got it in root position, B flat, D, and G. Now over the 1, you can play this chord, which is C in the left, A, C sharp, and E. It's basically look at it as a 6th tone, the 6 tones major chord. You can play that over the 1. Okay? You can literally play the A, the 6th tone, no matter what key you're in. You can play, if you're doing a 5, 1, 4 progression, where you're doing 5, 1, 4. Over the 1, you can play the 6th tones major chord. So I got an A major chord on my right. A, C sharp, and E. And it sounds off, but if you do it quickly, it sounds actually good. Sorry. All right. Let me show you where it would be. I don't know what's waiting on me in the future. Okay, that's another thing you can do. Going back to the 6, you can do a diminished over the A flat as a passing tone. Again, I'm just giving you options. You can skip past all of this if you want. A flat in your left, A flat, B, D, F. And this is when you're going back to the 6. A flat in your left, A flat, B, D, and F. Or any inversion of that diminished chord, rearranging those notes however you choose to. But anyways, you're going to end up right back on the 6. So where does all that stuff come in? I don't know what's waiting on me in the future. Right there, I just did all of them. I just don't know. All those passing tones that I just gave you. I don't know what I'll be doing 10 years. Now, instead of going to that A flat, going to the 6, you can also go to the 3 and play that same diminished chord I showed you, A flat, B, D, and F, over the 3, the third tone of the scale, which is E, before you go back to the 6. So you can go flat 6 to the 6, or you can go 3 to the 6. I don't know what's waiting on me. You can literally do that again. But I'm going to keep on going with the song. All right. From the very top. I don't know what's waiting on me in the future. Sorry. I just don't know. I don't know. 6, 5, 4. 6, 5, 4. Now you're going to do this. Because now we're going to the 1. So just to let you know, so that you're not lost or confused, the progression in the very beginning that you're doing, not the intro, but the progression, you had 6, 5, 4. 6, 5, 4. 6, 5, 4. 6, 5, 4. And now we're going to the 1. Remember the key we're in. We're in C major. And we're going to go to the 1. But before we go to the 1 and play a C major chord, regular old C major chord, we're going to do these pickup notes. This is something that you hear a lot. Right? Right? It's been a long time coming. Stuff like that, right? So that's what we're doing. G, A, C to the 1. That's G, A, C, and then we're going to hit the chord. Numbers 5, 6, 1, hit the C major chord, or the 1 major chord, whatever key you're in. You're in C sharp, you're in D, you're in E flat. So whatever key you're playing this song in, you do 5, 6, 1, and then to the chord. The chord, like I said, is a C major chord, so I got C in my left, E, G, and C in my right. So. Here we go. Like that. Now we're going to walk from the 1 to the 3. We're going to walk from the 1 to the 3. So we got 1, which is C, 2, which is D, the flat 3, which is E, flat, and then third tone, which is E. Once again, that's C, D, E flat, E. So you got walking from the 1 to the 3. When we get to the 3, we're going to play this E dominant chord, which is E in the left hand, E, A flat, B, and D. E, A flat, B, and D. Now we're going to go to the 4, and over the 4 we got a F major chord. You can add the 9 if you want, which I showed you how to do that earlier. You got F in the left hand. You got F, G, A, C in the right. From there, you can do a walk down going to the flat 5. The walk down, if you want to do that, is A flat, G, G flat. That's 6, flat 5, or sorry, 6, flat 6, 5, flat 5. But when you get to the 5, when you get to the flat 5, showing the G flat right there, you're going to play a 2 major chord in first inversion. A 2 major chord in first inversion. What is the 2? Well, the second tone of C is D. So we're going to play its major chord in first inversion, which is G flat, A, and D. And that's over the flat 5. So you got the walk down. A flat, G, and then when you get to the G flat, you got this G flat in your left hand, G flat, A, D in the right. So from the going to the 1, walk to the 3, and notice how when I did the, I hit the C major chord, and then when I was going to start the walk, I hit it again. To the 3, to the 4, walk down to the flat 5 if you want, or you can just go from the 4 to the flat 5. 'Cause it's in my heart. Now we're gonna do that thing again, where you go 5, 6, 1, and play the 1 major chord leading out of that. Okay? So from the top, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. I don't know what's waiting on me in the future. I just don't know. I don't know what I'll be doing 10 years from now. I just don't know. But I believe I'll be teaching or preaching God's holy word. Ooh, it's in my heart. That's where we are. We just did 5, 6, 1 major chord. Now the bass on this part is gonna go boom, 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 doo, 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 doo. Now if you want it that way, and I'll try to teach an easier way to do it, basically your chords on your right hand is just going to go from the 1 to the 4 to the 1 to the 4, right? If you want, and I'll teach you that way first. So you're going from, you're going to go from the 1, it's in my heart to serve the Lord. It's in my heart to serve the Lord. You can do it like that. I'll teach you the easy way first, and then I'll teach you that bass line. So One way that you can do it is play the 1 major chord, C in the left hand, E, G, and C in your right. That's C in the left hand, E, G, and C in the right, to the 4. 4 in the left hand, which is F, and then you got F, A, and C in the right. So I went from E, G, and C to F, A, and C. So get used to that little change right there, because the pinky ain't changing from the C. That way you don't have to play a root position C and then hop all the way down to a root position F major. You're cycling between the 1 major, which is C major, to the 4 major, which is F major. So you got E, G, C for the first chord over the 1, and then you got F, A, C for the 4th chord, for the 4 chord over the 4, which is F. So you can do that. It's in my heart to serve the Lord. It's in my heart to serve the Lord. And now you can, before I show you the other stuff, you can go, I'll be serving the Lord. You can keep the same chord in your right hand and go, 2, I'll. So when you come out of that, when you're doing the, it's in my heart to serve the Lord, you're going back from the 1 to the 4, and notice I'm just hitting the same chord. It's in my heart to, this is coming out of it. Go to the 2, and you stay on the same chord in your right. So your left hand goes to the 2, which is D. Your right hand goes F, A, C. The same chord that we had. So after the 4, you stay on that 4 chord in your right. Go 2. Now we're going to go 5 with the same exact chord. You can keep the same exact chord in your right hand. F, A, C over the 5. From there to the 1. Now you're going to switch it back to that E, G, C in the right. Remember, because we were switching from the F, A, C. Now we're back to that. And we're over the 1. So that whole part, so you're not confused, you got, it's in my heart, that's over the 1, to serve the Lord, that's over the 4. It's in my heart, that's over the 1, to serve the Lord. Coming out of it, I'll be serving the Lord. Okay? I'll is over the 2. Be serving. Serving is over the 5. The Lord. And then you're on the 1, which is C major. Going back, before I go over the other part with the bass line thing, going back into that part that we were doing in the beginning when you're doing the 6, 5, and then the little boom, 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 boom. In order to get back to there from where we are right now, you did the 2, 5, 1, right? I'll be serving the Lord. You can do what we did earlier when we walked to the 3. Remember when we did C, D, E flat, and then we played that dominant chord over the E? You can do that in order to get back to the 6, 5, 4 thing. So remember that walk was C, D, E flat, and then when we went to the E, we had E in the left hand, E, A flat, B, and D in the right. So, it's in my heart to serve the Lord. Coming out of it, I'll be serving the Lord. Sometimes my road, and then you're back at the 6, 5, 4. Okay? Now, if you want to do that, it's in my heart to serve the Lord. Remember, the target notes are still going from the 1 to the 4. I just showed you that. It's in my heart to serve the Lord. You're switching back from the 1 to the 4. But if you want those walking bass lines, is basically walking from the 1 and walking to the 4. So you got 1, which is C. Now you're going to go to the A, but our grace note from the, after you do the 1, you grace note going to the A. So you got G to A. Grace note on the G, going to the A. Okay. And then after that, you're going to go back to the G. C, A, G. From there, you got C, D, G, F. And now we're on the 4. That's how we make it to the 4. So you got 1, 6, 5, 1, 2, 5, 4. But like I said, when we get to that 6, you grace note. 1, 6, 5, 1, 2, 5, 4. Now you're going to do the same type of movement over the 4. So you got 4. You're going to the 2 right here. So F, D, C. And then kind of like we did before with the G, A, C, C. So let me slow down and show it to you again. C, A, G, C, D, G, F. Now you're going to grace note off of the C going to the D. Then go back to the C, G, A, C, and then back to the lower octave C. So if you don't have that, keep on working on it. That's 1, 4. I already showed you the chords. 1, 4. You can do it like that. 1, 4. 1, 4. So when you're over the 1, like I said, you got E, G, and C. Sorry about that. When you get to the 4, when you get to this F, you switch your chord to the 4 chord. So F, A, C, or F, G, A, C, if you want. Now remember, coming out of this, that's over the 2. I'll be serving the Lord. I showed you that earlier. Another thing you can do, I'll be serving the Lord, which is 4, 3, 2, 5, 1. Over the 4, you got F in the left, A, C, F in the right. Over the 3, you got E in the left, G, C, E in the right. Now you got the normal progression I showed you, 2, 5, 1. Over the 2, D in the left hand, F, A, C in the right. G. Over the 5, the 5th tone of C is G. So you got G in your left, F, A, C in the right. And you got your 1. C in the left, E, G, C in the right. Now we're going to walk to that 3 so we can start this whole thing over. You go to the dominant 3rd tone, which I've shown you a couple times now. Or you can go here, which is that other chord that we've been playing over the 3, which is the one that we played in the very beginning when we were arpeggiating it. Okay? So then it just repeats that whole thing over and over again. Not over and over again, but it repeats that whole thing again. So going into the other part, the last part of the song. Now I've been singing for a long, long time. I'm not gonna give up. Said I got a made up mind. I've been lied on, mistreated by my so-called friends. But if I had another chance, so on this. So if I had another chance, you're gonna play that 2, which is the D in the left, F, A, C in the right. If I had another chance, I'd do it all again. Now on this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, you're gonna hit this 5th tone, because you're going to 2, 5, 1 again. So you got 2, if I had another chance, I'd do it all again. So that's 5 in the left, F, A, C in the right. It's in my heart. And then you're back to that. Right? So once again. So if I had another chance, I'd do it all again. It's in my heart to serve the Lord. It's in my heart to serve the Lord. It's in my heart to serve the Lord. Right? Something like that. Anyways, all right, so that's the song. From there, you just kind of repeat it. When you end the song, you do the 2. I'll be to the 5, serving the Lord. So how many times y'all choose to do it is how many times y'all choose to do it. But that's the song. Hopefully that helps you. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And till the next time, God bless you guys.